Ridgeside K9 guys, really big day. Tesla Model X Plaid, Mercedes EQS SUV 580. Got them both on deck, guys. We own them both. Reviews are unlimited. Reviews are limitless. Whatever you want us to do, let us know. We'll get out. We'll compare every facet of the 580 EQS against the Tesla Model X Plaid. We'll also compare the luxuriousness of the 580 SUV to the G-Wagon, which looks like shit. Stand by. Like I was saying, we'll compare the luxuriousness and the build quality of the 580 EQS against a 2021 G63. So we own them all. We're in the carport. Whatever we want to do, we can do. We're going to review it. If you got any ideas, send them. And we're going to compare literally every facet of the 580 EQS against the Tesla Model X Plaid. All right, guys, this is our first real drive, our real trip. It's going to be about 200-mile round trip. We're starting with 80% charge. The computer's telling us we have 229 miles. We do have a couple immediate chargers along our route if something bad happens, but I'm not too worried about it. So the back of this car completely flattened out right now. All the rows totally flat. We'll do an interior review later. We're going to pick up some dogs. See how the 580 EQS SUV actually does. All right, guys, inside is set. Fingerprint readers on. Boom. Biometrics. Route's already prepped. This does automatic Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So car's on, we're in drive, forgot to press the start button. So it's pretty cool. Cordless, wireless, obviously. Go right to Android Auto and it'll bring up the Google Earth map and all that good stuff. Off Android Auto, you can also pull up direct ChargePoint USA and Electrify America apps, which is pretty neat. So you can literally from here go into your Android Auto, and I'm sure the iPhone, whatever it is the exact same thing. But again, we're in here. So at any point in time, I can go to Plug Share, Electrify America, MBUX, whatever I need. And I can pull their apps up direct to find chargers. So that works out pretty good. Get on the road. All right, guys, 2023 EQS SUV 580 fully loaded. I think these things basically come fully loaded. I don't know too many options. There are some options in the back. We chose from the dealer not to have the rear screens because, again, we transport dogs in these vehicles, and I don't want 3 screens in the back. It makes absolutely no sense. Anyway, starting off this trip, we're at 80%, bottom left corner right there. It's telling us we have 225 miles of range. We are going from Bluemont to Washington, D.C., Washington, D.C. to Winchester, Winchester back to Bluemont. The goal is not to stop, not to charge, not to do anything. It's about 175 miles of round trip driving, not including any traffic or detours. We got to go into the city, so who knows what's going to happen when we get in DC. The goal is to get there and back and just have a couple % left when we get back to the house. But we will see. If we have to stop and charge, we'll stop and charge, but the goal is not to. All right, guys, as many of our followers already know, the first start of all these trips is dirt roads. We have about 5 miles of dirt roads to navigate before we get back to the hardball. So for us, part of the reasons why we traded in the Model S Plaid for the EQS 580 was that I had about 40,000 miles on the Plaid. In less than a year, we drive these cars a lot. That's not the only reason, but this EQS has actually been tested and very good off-road. Obviously, tires are your limitation, but if you see all the videos on YouTube, these things are almost unstoppable. It has a tremendous amount of ground clearance, which makes it pretty useful for these kind of roads. It's obviously not a Jeep Wrangler, but that's not why I bought it. So compared to the Model S, 40,000 miles on it, time to recycle a car, get something new, and we're gonna give this one a shot. For the fanboys, I'm still a Tesla fanboy, have no mistake. All right, guys, we are in the district in DC, coming up on the Georgetown Medical Center, almost to our client's home. A lot of people don't know DC has neighborhoods like this where it just almost looks like the suburbs, but they absolutely do. Then they have some not so good neighborhoods, but all in all, it's a city, so it is what it is. Okay, first take on the EQS we have done today. How far have we driven? I'm watching the trip. There it is. Sorry, I'm still learning. My eyes are adjusting. 63 miles. We've used up about 22% of energy. A lot of 75, 80 miles an hour on the toll roads and the Beltway. And then dirt road, stop and go, stopped at Colette's friend's house, stopped at Starbucks. Now we're in the city. So it's not too bad. All right, and from Miss Colette's standard right here, tell us what you think. What do you think about the first ride in the EQS?
Not bad, drive smooth, fast.
What do you think about the quietness compared to your Model X or the Model S or the Model 3? What do you think about the quietness inside?
It's pretty quiet.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's quieter. What about smoothness, like ride comfort?
Very smooth, very comfortable.
It does remind me of your GLS a little bit.
It does. Yeah.
How like it's in comfort mode right now. It's just kind of floating, riding easy.
Yep.
It's definitely not as sporty as a Model X. Nowhere near as sporty as a Model S. But again, different vehicle, different purpose. It's bigger. It's quieter. It's smoother. It's not slow, but it's not fast. I think 0 to 60 is about 4 seconds in this car. 0 to 60 in your Model X Plaid is like 2.1 seconds or something. But we're about to pick a dog up. Any closing remarks? Little words on how you like it or don't like it?
No words.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful side street in DC, guys. This time of year, this part of DC, it's just stunning. Not a big fan of DC like many people know, but this part of the city is stunningly gorgeous, super, super historic. Just really pretty. All right, guys, pickup went smooth. Tons of room in this bad boy, tons of room. And we got little man on deck out of DC, heading back to Winchester. And drive is 40% done. All right, guys, we are at DC, pulling into Gateway Plaza in Winchester. We have traveled a total from the house of 140 miles. Those two little red lights, you can't see them in real life. Those are like measuring my eyes and where I'm looking and stuff. But Mercedes kind of messed up the estimation of fuel. But in this case, it was a very good outcome. So when we left DC, it was estimating us arriving in Winchester with 16% battery remaining. We actually got here with 28%, so a 12% buffer, which is just awesome. So cool. So we're here at the shop, one of our shops. So we're getting this dog dropped off, get him checked in, and rock and roll. Somebody should be coming to meet me here momentarily. All right, guys, we are home and we are back in the carport. Long day, long drive, normal stuff. Let's check the actual damage here. So we went a total of 163 miles. We used exactly 60% of energy. So we started it at 79%. It was actually technically, look at big boy looking for me. Watch this. He don't know where I'm at. Yeah. He's like, is he in the car? He's in the car, he's in the car. Oh, papa. Yo, papa. Okay. All right, let me finish making my video. Get out. Okay, guys, so we went 163 miles, pretty much exactly. We used exactly 60% energy. Let's go over here and see if it gives us any...
Hi, Aaron Taylor.
Yeah, hello. So in the last 30 minutes, to see how much has changed, we've been averaging 366 watts. That's not too bad, man. It's not giving me like Model S numbers. However, considering this is a 6,000 pound vehicle, we were just doing basically all highway at between 75 to 80. We had 2 adults, we had a dog, we had wind, we had hills. It ain't too bad, guys. So we're gonna get charged up. We're gonna tell it to open the side flap. I don't have to do that. You can hit it on the side, it'll open as well, but it just makes it a little bit easier. Turn the car all the way off. Goodbye. And this thing's something to see at nighttime, man. So obviously we have 50 amp Tesla chargers. We have Mercedes kind of gives a piece of shit charger right there. It feels shitty. It's real lightweight. It's weird. The wire is real thin. We have another legitimate 50 amp hang up wall charger coming. But until then, one thing I did anticipating getting other cars and Teslas was that when I actually put this Tesla charger installed, we put an actual 50 amp plug directly below it. So this is a 50 amp charger, 250 volts, 50 amps, and it works great. So it's by no means, as seamless as a Tesla charger, but it's not too bad, to be quite honest with you. So this bad boy's open. Real pretty. Pulling a protective weather flap off of our J1772. Plug her in. Boom. We're good. Those lights, we're all set. We're rocking and rolling. So, yeah, well, the one thing I won't do, just keep in mind, is I don't have 100 amps off that circuit. So it's either the Tesla charger or the other charger. That's it. But in this case, the Model X Plaid is already fully charged. So it's just plugging in off of a wall outlet, basically just trickle charging, keeping it at 80%. This will be at 80% off this 50 amp charger in about 5 hours, maybe max. We're ready to go. All right, let's get the car unloaded. Let's talk about the trip. Let's see how this new Mercedes EQS SUV 580 actually stacks up, how it did, and what I really thought about it.